Hello everyone, it's Lupe from Bruno Planning Co. Welcome back to my unboxing couch. I know I've done a few unboxing videos recently. I will definitely include more plan with me's and all of that great stuff as well. But there have been so many new and beautiful items from ERIN CONDREN that I've been wanting to share, like the spring surprise box, which personally I loved. And if you want to check out that video, I'll make sure to link it in the description. But for today, we're actually going to go back a few weeks with a new collection, which was the new notebooks and the new pens and highlighters collection. And there are some other new items that we're going to talk about in this collection. Like I said, it was, I think, maybe in February sometime. I'm not quite sure of the exact date when it came out, and I was able to purchase these items then with the help of the ERIN CONDREN team. Thank you so much. I love being part of the EC squad so that I can show you guys all of these new items, and I'm so excited. It's been very difficult to keep this in a box for a few days because I've wanted to try all of these beautiful colors and these new fine tip markers. And what I'm going to do is right after we talk about the items quickly, I will do a pen test of all of these, including the ones from the spring surprise box, because we actually got 2 exclusive colors from there. And then I also want to do some swatches of the new highlighters along with the other highlighters as well. So we will do those pen tests and swatches a little bit later on my desk because it would be quite impossible to do it on my couch. But I did also want to mention that there is a current warehouse sale going on, which I know a lot of people wait for because it's 50% off certain items. I do not think that any of these items are in the 50% category, but there is an entire store-wide 20% off, which is also great. But let's get into some of the new items, and some things that I'm really excited about is these new highlighters. So these are in new colors. They actually have other highlighters. So I went and brought mine. So these are the ones that are available already. I think some of these are kind of like duplicates there, but I use these pretty much every day, I would say, in my daily duo. Usually I use this really beautiful blush one and the gray one. Sometimes I like to incorporate these colors a little bit more, but as you can see, we get these new colors here, and I think this one looks slightly like that one. We're gonna do the swatches a little bit later so we can see kind of what the difference is between those. But you can see there's like a new pink one that's really nice, and then melon one, I think that's what it was called, right? Or butter. And then this orange one, which I think is gonna be beautiful. So just really nice, beautiful kind of spring colors. I definitely can't wait to try them out, and I'll show you how I use them in my planner a little bit later as well, because I do like to use them again as highlighters. I really like these because they're more of like neutral colors, so I'm excited to see how bright these are and how I can use them in my planner. One of the main kind of new things for this collection were these fine tip markers, and as you can see, I got the entire collection of them. So there are 7 in one pack, but there was an option of getting it a little bit discounted if you bought the entire like set of them, which is this 3-pack. And I just went ahead and quickly opened this one so I can just show you how it's packaged. But you have this really nice case that has the colors on them, so when I write that out for you guys, I'll write the color next to them, or I'll write the color with them. And I like that this is, you know, reusable, so if you want to carry this around or just have it as storage, that's a great way to kind of reuse the package. But I am drawn to these colors because I absolutely love pastel colors. And if you saw my spring surprise video, you saw how I tested 3 of these already, and I really did love them. So there we are, really tiny, but it actually writes bolder than I originally had thought, because I'm not a huge fan of like fine tip in gel pens and in ballpoint, but markers usually tend to be a little bit bolder than you would think, and I think it ended up being perfect when I tried the other ones. So these are definitely something I'm going to be using quite often. And so you have like this pastel color, of course it's called pastel, okay, all right, me. And then you have the brights, so I'm assuming they're just brighter than the pastels, of course, and then the warm neutrals, which are very beautiful. I'm surprised that pink one made it in here though. It kind of looks like this one, doesn't it? We'll have to test it out. It looks a little bit warmer than this bright one or the pastel one, so we'll have to, yeah, we'll definitely check those out later. Okay, so those are the pens. We'll get back to those later. And then there's also a couple of the other pens that were new, these 2 thin ballpoint pens. So I'm not a huge fan of ballpoint pens. I do enjoy, like I said, markers and gel pens, but I was really intrigued by these because look at how thin they are, but I think that they absolutely look so gorgeous. Look how beautiful this is. I mean, it's gorgeous. This really beautiful rose gold, and then the other one is this blush. So it's very similar and has the ERIN CONDREN asterisk right there on both of them. It's just one's rose gold and the other one is this beautiful kind of matte blush. Actually, it's not matte, it's a little bit glossy. as you can see with it catching the light. I love things that are blush or this specific color. And then I've also been having kind of like this rose gold moment where I just want to use all of my rose gold stickers. So this is going to be a great addition to my desk. I think these two are definitely really beautiful. I don't know if there's any refills for these. I tried earlier to open it. Oh, there we go. Okay, I think I just did it. I wasn't trying very hard, but okay. So there is, it looks like it might be refillable. So I just open it. I just popped it out actually. I don't think I even twisted. So it might be refillable. I don't know if some of you guys had these pens and maybe were wondering about it being refillable. I don't know if they have them online right now, but I just absolutely love them. I think they're so gorgeous and they're gonna look great on my desk, which is mostly why I bought them, to be honest, because again, I don't really like a ballpoint too much. We'll see on the pen test might change my mind. Some things just look so pretty, right? All right, so put these off to the side for our tests. And then I did want to show you the correction tape as well that is new. So correction tape, of course, is what we call whiteout. I think whiteout is the brand, right, of something, kind of like Kleenex is tissue paper. What is this correction tape? You know what I mean. So these kind of remind me of the asterisk kind of sticker or washi that comes in a roll like this. It has like this protective cap, and then you just pop that off, and then you have the corrective tape there. So we will try this out along with the pens as well and compare it to the Tombow. And I think I might have Bic as well if we want to try that, because I used to use Bic, but now with the ERIN CONDREN planner, I use the Tombow, which is a little bit more like the color of the paper. But I am very curious to see if this is going to be even better and a lot more of the tone of the color of the EC papers. But the package does come with two, and they're small enough to fit in your pencil pouch or in your purse and just take along with you. I think they're so cute. And a few other small items that I got are these sticky notes. So one of them comes in this really beautiful mid-century circles teal, which is absolutely gorgeous. But these are just sticky notes, and I think they are the clear ones. Let me make sure I give you the right information here. So circle sticky notes, and then there are 60 of them. So I love that it comes in kind of like this little book to kind of protect them, or this little kind of card. These are very similar to the ones we got in the winter surprise box, I believe. It came in a very similar kind of packaging, and then you have these really beautiful clear, not clear because they're not clear, but they're like almost transparent sticky notes, but you can write on them really well. And we can try these out again later once I start using my pens. But this one comes with 3 little kind of pads, and you have the different shades and of course the different sizes. I love using these in my monthly when I'm pre-planning. And I also do like that this one, it comes with this kind of clear package. So let me show you. This is a notebook that I'm going to show in a second, but I just want to show you how this kind of just slips into the page. So again, it's kind of this little folded part. And there, you just slip it on your notebook or your planner, and then there you go. There you have, you know, some sticky notes that you can use. And then the other sticky pad that I got was this, well, the sticky pad, which is what I just said, but they are actually checklists, and they're different colors, which I thought was really cute. So let me open this up. So there's 2 of these little notepads. It doesn't say how many sheets there are in each. It might say it online though. But you have the blue one, and then you have the pink one. I think it's great to have 2 different colors. I mean, productivity and organization and color coding, that'd be amazing. But I loved how small they were. I love that they have a little bullet so you can check off any task or anything. This is really great too for like a shopping list. That's why I really liked it. And I think it's meant for, you know, short kind of sentence. Well, I don't even know if you can write a sentence here, but short kind of task. And then you can just take it off. Let me take off this one. Ooh. It's nice and sticky, and then just put it into your notebook or into your planner. So this is the 7x9 notebook, so it'll be kind of similar to the life planner, but I mean, for shopping list, for, you know, my ERIN CONDREN warehouse sale, this would have been perfect. That's how I kind of envision myself using it. And then also for when I'm doing kind of long tasks at work that require a lot of, you know, if I'm creating activities or if I'm creating practice problems or anything like that, this is also something that I find myself using, just something very short. And I love the simplicity of this one. I really do. They sell other ones that are kind of similar, but again, I loved that it was just a lot of different lines, and then you have a little checkbox as well. So this is one of the new covers from the collection. So it's kind of like this really beautiful spring vibe. And there were a few different covers that were new. I just was definitely drawn to this one. Let me move this box over. We'll get to that later. Okay, so yeah, I was drawn to this one. It's just, I think it's a gorgeous color. I love this teal kind of sea green color. It's one of my favorites. And I thought the flowers were beautiful. So I might actually not keep this for this notebook. I think I'm going to change this cover for into my life planner that I use, or my daily duo that I use every day. And this is one of the new layouts that they came out with. So I chose the graph notebook because I am a math teacher and I love this so much. If I could give one of these to all of my students, that would be great, but that would be also very expensive. But what I'm going to use it for is my math problems that I do when I'm creating homework or I'm creating classwork, and I try to work out the problem myself, and somewhere where I can also create problems. But of course, it's not specifically just for math. But I love this layout as well for lists, for charts and tables and habit trackers. All of those things are really great with this, specifically this grid. So now they have a bunch of options for the layouts of these notebooks. So they have the classic line with college ruled lines, which is great. And then productivity with college ruled lines, plus a functional task list. I believe it's this one. So you have the college ruled lines and then the functional task list on the side. And then you have the 5mm dot grid with an open layout, which I absolutely love so much because I am a huge fan of dot grid. I think it's just so versatile. And the only reason I didn't get it is because I already have so many notebooks with it that I couldn't justify getting another one. And then there is a sketchbook, which means that it's just kind of a blank page, of course, where you can sketch, but you're getting the beautiful Mohawk 80-pound paper, which is great. And then of course the graph paper, which is what I have here in front of me. And so all of them are going to be, you know, quite similar in the number of pages and the size. There's the 7x9 or the 8.5x11, which is the regular kind of letter size. And there are just so many pages. 160 pages is quite a lot. I think I saw someone on one of the Facebook groups say that these notebooks kind of ruin their experience with other notebooks because they're so great quality, right? We get this really beautiful thick Mohawk paper, and then we get the beautiful covers, and it's just a great experience to have these, that it ruins kind of having other notebooks that are not of this quality or that are not ERIN CONDREN. And I could definitely relate to that, especially with writing, because the paper really makes that writing experience so different with every notebook that you have or any kind of piece of paper that you're using. It's definitely very hard to go back and buy kind of just a regular notebook to write on. And I think I'm going to use one of these pages for our pen tests and our swatches. So I will do that, and then I will rip it out to keep it for reference somewhere else besides in the notebook. All right, so let's look at one of the other new notebooks that were available. And this was this Softbound notebook in this really gorgeous mid-century circles, kind of a gold foil. And if you notice, it has this really beautiful gold foil all the way around. I don't know what this is called. There's a word for this, right? When the pages are gilded. I might be completely wrong, but I think it looks so, so beautiful. And the way it catches the light is really nice. So this is a Softbound notebook. So of course it's soft and it's not hard. It has this really wonderful kind of feel to it. And I'm not going to touch it or play around with it too much because it's actually going to be a part of a giveaway that is going to happen this weekend. So this video is on Saturday, which means if you're watching this video on the day that I uploaded, then the giveaway is already started. So I will leave the link to the giveaway in the description, but this is one of the items that is included. And so I'm just going to quickly kind of show you this. Oh my gosh, this is such a beautiful color. I'm so obsessed with this color. It's the same as this color here. And I just want to mention the cover and how it feels. It's so nice and soft and pebbly, as you can see. It's so gorgeous when it catches the light. So when you open it, you have that beautiful interior, take a note, and it's a standard dot grid with an index. If you're unfamiliar with bullet journaling, you do typically use an index. Not everybody does. Bullet journaling is very kind of unique to you, but index is something I think a lot of bullet journal people use. I used to do it too for a couple of years, and I did use an index because it's just needed since everything is not sectioned off for you. And so after the little index, you go into your pages, and there are a ton of them on the beautiful paper, of course. This is also the Mohawk paper, so you're gonna get that the same quality as the other notebooks. And I'm just trying to see if there's anything different on the back, but I think it just goes all the way ... And then yeah, that's it. It goes there, and then you are at the end of your book. And they're also numbered, which is great. So that's why you would use your index. That's definitely a great addition to have with any kind of bullet journal if you're going to be bullet journaling. Besides being really gorgeous, I think it's just very productive and very functional for sure with the dot grid, especially because you can do so many different layouts for whatever you need. It's not going to be kind of restricting. I love it so much, and I can't wait to give it away to someone to enjoy for sure. Okay, so the last couple of things I wanted to, should I do the caddy? I do have the caddy as well, which I was really excited about, but let me show you these dots since they're in my hand. These were actually a free gift with purchase during the new collection launch. I don't have these currently, so these are completely new to me, but these are the daily dots. Choose a color coding system with our daily dots. So of course they're dots, and they have this asterisk on them, and it looks like this little pack that I got comes with 6 different colors. They're so pretty. I can definitely see myself using these in my planner to like highlight something. Oh, actually, not all of them have the asterisks. Half of them are just that color, and they are not see-through. So don't be confused with the kind of see-through ones. These are definitely opaque. And let me see how they show. Yeah, so this is kind of how I would use it, just to kind of mark down a task, or to just show that it's kind of more important, or it says to call out family members, or to just, you know, color code your tasks. I think they're really great, cute little addition as like a free gift. And then the other pack is very similar. So it says it's 216 stickers or designer dots. These are a little bit more specific. So these are still, you can still color code with these, but these are actually icons. So it looks like you get all kinds of different icons. You have pencils, arrows, hearts, cleaning, recycling. I think that's a laundry machine. I probably won't use these in my daily duo. I might use them in my monthly or in like a calendar perhaps. I have my own sticker shop, and I have icons that are not similar to this, but they're icons that have the same kind of meaning, and I use those in my life planners. So I don't see myself particularly using these, but again, I'll find either a different layout to use them in, or they're also, I think, a really great gift, and they're so cute. They usually include a gift with purchase when there's like a new launch. So the life planner launch or the teacher planner launch, which I'm so excited about. They include kind of a gift with purchase if you purchase within a certain amount of time during that launch. So that's really neat. Okay, so this last item actually came in this really beautiful box within the box that I received all of the items in, which I thought was really cute. So this is going to be the caddy that is new, that was also kind of a really popular new item in this collection. I loved that it came in its own box because I think this box is gorgeous, and it just makes it kind of like extra special. I just went ahead and opened it, and let's look inside. I wanted to show you what it looked like inside as well, because I haven't opened it yet. It's so cute. It's like a gift within, you know, your order. All right. Okay, so I chose the organizer caddy with the gray strap. There was also one with like a blush pink strap, which I also really liked because I mentioned before I like a blush pink, but I wanted to go a little bit more neutral because I wasn't sure if I'm going to use this in my office, which has a lot of grays and a lot more neutral colors, or at school, which can be, you know, pretty much any color goes actually. So I just wanted to keep it a little neutral just because I didn't know exactly where I would keep it. But it comes in this really great box. And actually, let's look at the little description. So acrylic organizer caddy, organize and carry writing tools, art supplies, and more with 5 storage compartments and a premium vegan leather handle. All right, so just pop that out. Oh, it's so pretty. If you saw my recent unboxing video of my acrylic desktop items and office items, then you know that this is going to be a great addition to my like office area or my desk specifically. Just looking at it really quickly, I love this so much. Look at how cute that is. Okay, I might need to get another one actually, because I see myself using this at school. Especially, I love this compartment here. It can definitely fit my calculator, but I also see myself using it here because sometimes I like to plan like in the living room or in the kitchen, and I hate kind of bringing down all of my pens and putting them in my pencil pouch. I'd rather just hold them, but this is going to be great for bringing that kind of stuff down if I want to plan somewhere else in the house. It's gorgeous. I did see some people say it was smaller than they thought, but I think it's a great size, honestly. If it's supposed to be for you know, your pens or scissors or your rulers, maybe, I see how it would have to be kind of more of this size, and I'll show you what it looks like with my scissors and everything else. I just realized that this, I was kept looking at this. I'm like, what is wrong with this? This looks wrong to me. It's backwards to us here, but when you look at it from inside, it's the correct direction. So I was just really confused there for a second, but that's it. It's just 5 compartments, like it said. It's pretty much symmetrical on both sides, and then you have this really beautiful strap which feels super sturdy. Not that, you know, I would you know, add a ton of weight here, but it's nice to have a nice strap if you're going to be carrying it around. So let me show you what it looks like with, you know, let's see what I have here. So I have the long thin ballpoints, and then I also have the highlighters, which is nice to kind of just fit there actually. My scissors, which fit nice. Put your notebook in the middle. Let's see if that works. That works as well. There you go. You just have to kind of slide this. Oh, this actually kind of adjusts a little bit. So if you wanted to just pop that over there a little bit, you can have room for your notebook there. I have some of the markers out, and you probably have seen a lot of people post pictures of these, or on the ERIN CONDREN site actually post pictures of these beautiful markers in here. And of course, they're going to be perfect in here. And like I said, my calculator is definitely going to fit here. So I'm excited about that specifically. You know what? I'm actually going to take this now and use it to move all of these wonderful pens or markers to my desk area so we can do the pen tests and the swatches. Yay, that works really nicely, actually. I actually need my notebook as well, but the notebook is not going to fit in here. I don't know why I just did that, but it's not going to fit. It's actually too wide. I don't know if anybody was wondering if it fit in the middle compartment, the life planner, but it doesn't. It's way too wide, but it definitely fits all of these beautiful accessories. All right, everyone, let's go ahead and try these beautiful colors. Okay, so I know I made a couple of spelling errors with my neutrals over there, and then I started writing violet, but for some reason I wrote an L, and then I didn't want to like cross it out, so I just wrote Violilac. These are actually not the names that came with these Spring Surprise Box ones. I just made them up. I looked on the card that came with the box and it didn't say the names for these, and I couldn't find them very quickly, so I just kind of made up my own for those 3 specifically. These are actually the ones that are on the box, so let me find the pastel one. I think it's right here. Is this it? Here. So here's the pastel box, and on the back it does have all of the names of the colors. And I also looked online because on the product pictures they also do have the colors and the markers next to them, so I made sure to double check those. So overall though, I love these so much. I love them more than I imagined, only because I don't usually use markers that often. I use markers, or I did actually while I was teaching in class last year. We haven't taught in class in a very long time. We're kind of doing a hybrid schedule now, but I like to use them for my class notes. So when my students are kind of watching me work out a problem on the board, I like to use the dual tip markers from ERIN CONDREN, which are not these, of course, but those are the ones that I like to use. But I think I would want to use these more because they are finer. I feel like they're just the right amount of fine and give me the right amount of control that I would like to write notes with, or something that I would like to be very neat. This is the neatest my handwriting has looked in a little while. And it's because these markers really give you a lot of control. There's a lot of friction going on, and I'm like pretty heavy-handed. So sometimes with markers, I try not to be so heavy-handed. I was trying to here, but it was really easy. Even if I was to push down, it felt fine. It didn't feel like I was going to damage the nib or anything like that. And even though it is called a fine tip marker, it's still pretty bold, as you can see. The pen that I use here is a 0.5, and that's pretty bold. That's what I like to use in my planner. And you can see it's, even though it's fine tip, a lot of, especially with the darker ones, you can see it a little bit more. It's not that much of a difference. It's not so fine that you can't see it, which I really like. I feel like it's the perfect amount of bold for me. So let me go down here. Let's see if you can hear what I mean by like that kind of marker scratchiness a little bit. So I'll write, I'm trying to get it closer to the camera, but actually, that one didn't do it as much. There was one that made kind of like that noise. I don't know if this is. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's a little tiny bit scratchy. I don't know if that's, it's not a big deal. It's just something to keep in mind because it is a marker. So it's not going to have kind of that same kind of gliding smoothness as like a gel pen would, but it gives you so much control. I feel like this is a great set of markers to get someone who's also practicing their handwriting. I really do feel like it makes my handwriting look a lot more neater than it usually is, just because you do have that friction and a little bit more control than something that kind of glides across the page. In terms of the colors, I really do like the variation that they give in each pack. So even though, you know, if you don't want to get all of them and you just want to get one certain pack, you really do get some that are a little bit darker, some that are a little bit lighter in each set, which I really like. Remember that the spring box ones are exclusive to the spring box. I didn't see much of a similarity between these and the ones that are available currently. So the sea green, if you can see, is very green. And I just call this sea green, okay? So that's, again, is my label for it. There isn't really kind of a green that looks like that. We have this olive, but that is more of like a, because it's part of the neutral, it's more of a neutral green versus a brighter one. And then you have the magenta, which again is very bright compared to something like the fuchsia or the garnet, which is part of the neutral. And then the lilac one, or the lilac that I wrote, is a lot darker than, let's say, like the lilac. And I think that's really only the other purplish one that we have. There isn't, oh, actually the beet. The beet is a little bit purple. It's a darker violet. And yeah, so those definitely are exclusive because I don't see them. I thought they were going to be close to maybe something else that was already there, but they aren't. So one thing I will say though, for me at least, I'm slightly blind in my right eye. And so I really need things to kind of be bold-ish and dark because that kind of helps me read a little bit better. So something like the lemon, it's actually coming out a lot darker in the camera actually than I can see in real life, and I think it's just because of the lighting, but it is pretty light. So I don't see myself really using that one just because if I were to write notes with it or anything really, I couldn't see it. And the sea foam is kind of the same. I really wanted to love the sea foam. Where's that one? I think it's so pretty, but again, I think it's a little bit too light. From that pack, those are the two that are very light, maybe even the lilac as well. Again, just for me, just because I can't see very well, but the brights are pretty good. The hot pink is very hot pink. I love the outside of it. It is so dramatically like hot pink. You see that? Definitely lives up to its name there. Everything else looks really good. And then for the neutrals, the peach is a little bit too light for me in particular. If I were to use these for drawing, which I do intend to as well, then the colors really don't matter too much in terms of me being able to see, but in terms of reading, that one is a little bit hard for me. And then these are pretty bright. So, you know, I really do kind of tend to go towards or favor the ones that are a little bit darker, like the peacock and the blue and the beet. That's really pretty. I love the olive too. That's really cute. The turquoise, any one that really kind of stand out are the ones that I kind of will probably tend to use a little bit more often just because of my vision. But I think they're all really beautiful. If there's anything else you guys want to see with those particular fine tip markers, definitely let me know in the comments and I can do another video on them or answer any of your questions that you might have. But I did mention earlier that I wanted to test the ballpoint pens that I bought that I thought were beautiful, but I don't know if I will use as ballpoint pens. So let me go down here a little bit and let's test these out here in real time. Ooh. Right away, I'm not quite liking this one too much. Ooh, it's skipping a little bit. You see how it's, well, I don't know if, I haven't used ballpoint pens in a very long time, so if this is a normal occurrence, I'm sorry, I don't really know, but as you can see, it kind of skipped a little bit. Actually, it's skipping maybe too much. Rose gold. So I'm not a huge fan of that. Let's look at this one. This is just the pink version of the ballpoint. Okay, so this one doesn't skip as much. Oh, this one's a lot better. Pen. Sorry, I can't talk and write at the same time for something. Pen, blush, ballpoint pen, blush. I think that's all I was gonna write actually. So yeah, okay, I think something might be wrong with my ink for this one. It looks like this one was skipping a lot more than my blush one. So maybe I'll have to contact them about that just because it looks like that one, maybe if I try again, but I don't know. Second, no, see it kind of, it is kind of skipping a little bit. And this one is a lot better. I actually would see myself writing with this one a lot, like on sticky notes very quickly. Still not my favorite writing experience, but I do really like how this one didn't skip at all. I mean, that's what it should be doing. It should not be skipping. So I will definitely contact them about that. It must be just be like a difference in terms of the ink cartridge that was put in there. Okay, and then we did want to try the whiteout as well, right? So I am going to just white out some of this, or not white out, correct it. I don't know, what is the verb for whiting something out? All right, so let's try, I'm trying to see how to do this. Let's do it here. Okay. First of all, it's very easy to use. It goes down really nicely. You didn't see it like come up, which sometimes like it'll hang. That happens sometimes with like the big ones, definitely. You can still see the word, and I know it's actually coming out a lot clearer in the camera. Yeah, you can definitely still see through it, which I don't know if it's just because of my lighting. Let me get my other one. So I use the Tombow, what is this called? Mono correction tape hybrid style. And this is the one that I use in my planner most of the time. Okay, so you can still see through that one a little bit. It's a little bit less see-through than the ERIN CONDREN correction tape, but what I am noticing is that the ERIN CONDREN tape is a little whiter than the Tombow one. And in terms of matching the paper, let me see if I can change the lighting here. I don't know which one really matches more. I feel like the Tombow has more of this kind of darker tone, so it might seem to match a little bit more. And then the ERIN CONDREN correction tape looks whiter, so it just kind of pops out a little bit more, just because this paper is not as white as the whiteout. Now this is the notebook. Let me try it on my planner actually. I don't know, the paper's supposed to be the same, so I don't think there should be a difference, but I'm gonna check just in case. For some reason, the paper is slightly different tones of color. So this is my Daily Duo Life Planner, and so I'm just going to write something. I don't know, what should I write? Okay, so here is the Tombow Okay, so again, you can still see through it a little bit. All right, so let's see this one. This one's also very nice and blended in. So it's coming out, I don't know, they're actually very different. I didn't expect them to be so different and for me to have such a hard time kind of figuring out which one is better. Again, it's just, you can see it's actually pretty much the same as what we saw over here. But it really depends on how you look at it, because when I'm looking at my camera and you're probably seeing it on your screen, you can clearly see that this is just so much whiter and so much brighter than the Tombow one, which has a more kind of a grayish tone actually. But in real life, as I'm looking at it, I can actually see the Tombow a little bit more than the ERIN CONDREN one because of that darker kind of tone to it, which is very interesting. So in the camera, I can see the ERIN CONDREN one more, and then on here in my with my eyes, I can see the Tombow one a little bit better. Oh my gosh, that's so weird. So I guess in conclusion, try both and see what you think it looks like in real life. I don't know if my kind of, I'll definitely take a picture of it. I should take a picture of it and I'll post it on my Instagram so that you can see kind of a different view of it and how it would look like in pictures. But again, in real life, they're both really great. And the more I look at it, the more I'm preferring the ERIN CONDREN one actually. So what I will do is I'll continue to try them in my planner. I'll try both of them, see what it looks like in my pictures and see what it looks like in real life. I mean, they both cover up what you want to cover up. And I almost forgot the highlighters. I was just kind of playing around over here and I was not going to show the highlighters for you guys. So the highlighters, a set of, how many? 5? Yes, 5. All right, so let's do these right here. Actually, I'm gonna probably end up redoing this for myself just because that is bothering me a lot. I was so mad when I misspelled it and I was like so worried about it and spelling everything correctly so I didn't have to white out or anything, and then I end up messing up anyways. All right, so let's just do it here somewhere. So we'll do the highlighters. And I'm going to misspell this again. Highlighters. Okay. Multitasking, right? All right, so let's do the melon one first. I'm really excited. I tested the green and the yellow because I wanted to use them for St. Patrick's Day, which I thought was very fitting. So these are, again, the dual tips. So you have the chisel piece over here and then you have the fine tip over here. So let's try the melon one. Ooh, that's pretty. But they're highlighters, so for me, I wouldn't really be doing much writing with them. It's a lot brighter than I thought. I really love this one. And then Flamingo. So do you hear this a lot more, right? So this is what I was talking about with the other markers, but it's a lot less scratchy than these. And this one is very, very bright as well. So you barely can see the flamingo there. Oh, so pretty. These are definitely less kind of pastel-y than the other ones that I have. This one's called Butter. Oh, you can barely see this one. At least it's very bright on the camera, but for me, visually, with my eyes, I can't see it too much, but this is definitely very beautiful. And the green. Oops. This one's so pretty. Did I use this one for my plan? I think I did use this one for my planner today. St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day. All right, that one's really pretty. That one's a little bit more pastel-y than kind of bold, not bold, but like bright, like the flamingo one. And then the last one is the sea foam, which I kind of ran out of room here, so I'm right over here. Sea foam. This one I thought would be my favorite. Let's see. Yeah, I love this one. Again, it's a little bit, I double highlight. I don't like when I do that. But I think this one is also a little bit more pastel-y than like the bright one. So I really do like the pastel ones a little bit more. So I see myself using the blue one, the green one a little bit more. And the ones that I usually use are like this blush one. I don't know what this one is called though. So I will just kind of show you very quickly. That's what I love, that color so much. And I use that one all the time in my planner. Let me get it out. Okay, so here's my daily duo. This is for today. And you can see how I use kind of this pink one just to highlight my headers, and they just make them pop out a little bit. And then I also use the green one from the new collection for just like lunch and dinner, just to separate that a little bit, as well as some of the gray. And I like to do that quite often. So here I did the headings again, more of my headings, and then I highlighted some of the important things going on that day. And here's another example. So here I actually used the highlighters more so to like separate off times or to block off times. And I did it over here too with some of the blue ones, and then the pink ones and the gray and the purple. I actually used a bunch in this one. And I did the same thing actually for the weekend as well here. So I am just a huge fan of those highlighters, and I do use mile liners as well. So I have my whole set of them right here. But those are a little bit brighter than like the ones that I like to use just for like the headers and just to add a little tiny bit of pop of color to my spreads. So if you like to keep your spreads a little bit more simple, I definitely recommend something like this that gives you just a little bit of pop of color, even just the mild liners. But again, those are a little bit brighter. All right, everyone, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I'd love it if you liked and subscribed to the channel for more. I have quite a bit coming up, so I'm really excited about that. And make sure to check out the giveaway video. I linked it in the description below. Bye, everyone.